their doors closed and no money coming in, small businesses across the country are struggling to stay afloat during this pandemic. For more on what the government is doing to help, I'm joined now by Mary Ng, Minister of Small Business and International Trade. Minister, thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin with the wage subsidy. We expected some more information yesterday. We learned more today. But of course, the pressing issue, many businesses have been very critical of this because, as you know, it helps the employees collect a paycheck. But what about the other costs for the business, the overhead cost? What can you say about that?
Well, thank you, Anthony. And I want to assure Canadian businesses that we're working on many things to make sure that they continue their businesses during this period. And around operating costs is exactly why we put out a $40,000 interest-free loan for small businesses. It's really important that they get operating costs and cash flow during this really important time. And that's what the $40,000 interest-free loan is for. There are other measures for businesses of larger sizes that can get access the same kind of working operating funds as well as cash flow. But I know how important it is for businesses at this time, and keeping their costs low, but also helping them get through this period with operating capital is what we have done here.
Now, still a lot of questions as well about who qualifies for the wage subsidy. Some businesses questioning how they will even prove a 30% loss in revenue. Some saying that 30%, if you do have that, it's pretty devastating to your company and business overall. How would you counter that?
Well, the reason we have put forward a 75% wage subsidy is because we know how important it is to save jobs in this country and also to keep employees connected to their employers. It is what makes businesses so strong in this country. So the wage subsidy, and I'm looking forward to sharing more details with businesses later this afternoon together with the finance minister. But this is about helping those businesses who have experienced loss. You're hearing stories, of course, that some businesses are not experiencing any revenue loss during this time. Those businesses, we would say, this isn't for you. But we know of that local restaurant or the company that has had to either shut its doors or have experienced significant decline in revenue. That's what this wage subsidy is for. Even if you're closed, we want your business to stay together, and we want you to keep your employees, because we know that in the time of recovery, you are in a much better position to recover when your business and your company is connected and continues to stay connected.
Look, today's April 1st. What do you say to the small business owner who cannot make rent this month?
I would say to the small business owner, please go to your financial institution. Have a look at the measures we have put in place. We have done many measures, and this has an overall objective in mind. It's to keep you in business. It's to save jobs. And it's to continue for you to contribute to your incredible communities all across the country. So I would encourage businesses to go to their financial institution. We've worked very hard to make sure that that $40,000 interest-free loan is made available to many small businesses. In fact, all our small businesses across the country. So please go there, and that support is intended to give you that cash flow so that you can deal with the operating expenses that you have.
All right, so Minister, we've seen the conversation change a little bit. 10% for the wage subsidy, that was moved to 75%. Then from medium and small businesses to really any company. Are there any other measures that could come that this government is at least considering?
We're going to consider everything, because I talk to businesses all the time, every day, in fact, and I've talked to thousands and thousands of businesses across the country. We're listening to small businesses. We're listening to all businesses. And as I said, the objective here is to help our businesses continue to stay in business, to help us keep the jobs that are so important and vital to the Canadian economy. So we're listening to businesses, and we will continue to do what we need to do to keep our businesses operating during this very difficult period, and with a path to be able to get out of this with businesses and their employees as best intact as possible.
Well, millions of people across this country certainly hope so. We'll have to leave it there. Mary Ng, Minister of Small Business and International Trade, thank you.
Thank you so much, Anthony.